What's good, family? We are back with another reaction. So I know I said on my last video that I was done creating content. And here's the thing. I promise this is not going to be a long beginning. But here's the thing. It's like anything. I don't want to say I'm addicted to technology, but I kind of am. I've had a phone since I was 18 years old. I've scrolled and whatever. I've done this channel for, I thought it was like 10 months, but it's been a year I've been doing this channel. And I have to realize, like, it's a process. Letting go is a process. It's not going to happen overnight. And I know that. So I don't know. I switched my room around so I wouldn't be tempted to make videos, but here I am making a video because I feel like I'm being lazy by not doing a video. I feel like I should be doing more, not realizing, but I do realize that by not being on technology is doing something, but it's a process, and I'm not gonna lose that desire overnight. So I just have to be kind with myself, be patient with myself, and give myself grace when I do fall short. And that's what life is about. Life is about knowing our challenges. I don't want to say weaknesses because I don't use that word at all anymore. It's about knowing our challenges and knowing that we have the power inside of us to overcome those challenges. I've had an undisciplined brain my whole life, and disciplining her is a challenge. It's challenging disciplining my mind. And I've disciplined my mind enough to do these videos, to make this content. And now I have to undiscipline my mind and find things to fill my time. I don't know. It's a lot. So anyways, there's a video today. Yay! So I just wanted to share that with you and let you know. They're not going to be consistent. I don't know. I don't even know. This could potentially be the last one, but you know what I mean? Who knows? I mean, really, who knows? But I am working on completely letting go of technology. I know the vision that I have for the future, not my future, but our future, everybody's future in my reality. I want to get back to being able to, where people talk to their neighbors and kids can ride their bikes all day and are outside until the street lights come on, and we have family night every Saturday where we play games, and like just where technology is there, but we use it for the greater good of all of us, not this bullshit that we have now. So if you're going through changes in life, be patient with yourself. Give yourself grace. You'll get there.
It took me about 6 years to realize that I was a prisoner of my own mind. And I'm explaining to you in 60 seconds so it don't take you that long. Let's do it. Number one, I thought my problems were external. The job, the relationship, the money. Nah, bro. The real prison was built right here in between my ears. My thoughts were the bars and my fears were the freaking guards. Number two, I learned that my mind wasn't a neutral observer. It was a biased narrator, constantly replaying old hurts and convincing me that I wasn't good enough. It was a broken record on repeat and I was the only one listening. Number three, the escape started when I started to question the narrative. Is this thought really true, or is it just a story? I've been telling myself for years. Most of it was just old programming running on autopilot. Ooh. Number four, I realized I wasn't my thoughts. I was the awareness of my thoughts. That distinction was the key. It was like watching a movie instead of being trapped inside it. You can observe the drama without becoming the drama. Number five, I learned that freedom isn't about stopping the negative thoughts. It's about not letting them control your actions. You can have a thought about quitting, but you don't have to quit. You can have a thought about fear, but you don't have to be paralyzed. Action actually breaks the spell. Number six, this journey taught me that my mind could either be a garden or a landfill. What you plant, what you water, that's what actually grows. So I stopped feeding the weeds of doubt and fear, and I started cultivating thoughts of possibility, strength, and purpose. And at the end of the day, you're not trapped by your circumstances. You're trapped by your interpretation of them. Change your thoughts, change your world. The jailer is you, and the key is in your hand. Boom! Saved you years of self-sabotage, 15K in therapy, and mental anguish. So Venmo or PayPal me $5. Better yet, comment reset. I'm gonna get some over to you.
Hey, yes, brother. Father, drop them gems.
Okay, so they say everybody that was born between 1980 and 1993 has the same mole on their left arm.
Right
I thought it was cap until I looked at this shit. And I see videos of other people with. If you was born between them years, check your arm.
Right there. That motherfucker's right there. That's on my left side.
So they used to actually have devices where they could communicate with each other through these glass sphere objects, through the power of the ether. And bear in mind, this was in the 1800s. They had far more advanced technology than we do have now. And the buildings back this evidence up as well. They essentially had FaceTime in the 1800s through these devices. Not to mention, they could create free energy through the buildings and the shapes of these buildings, through those big antennas that you can see on the buildings that would harness atmospherical energy through metals like copper and mercury, specifically red mercury. So then you have to ask the question, where did all this technology go? And why did they remove this free energy technology? And you have to understand that they removed this technology because almost all of it utilized free energy from the ether as the fifth element. And the ether was available to everyone, as the ether is infinite and it was free. But the Rockefellers could not profit from the ether because free energy cannot have a profit to it. So then during World War I, all of these buildings alongside the ether were destroyed, and then all of the documents about the ether were completely fabricated. And that's exactly why you have the electricity you have today, because the profits are extremely high and they can actually sell it, unlike the ether.
That's why we have got to get back to those times. They still exist.
This is the last Tartarian clock that still works to this day and is 100% evidence that our ancestors knew the Earth was flat and stationary. Now I want you to watch till the end because this is going to blow your mind. This is the Prague astronomical clock, and it is perfectly synchronized with true astrology from our flat stationary Earth, just like all of our ancestors told us. Now watch. This clock perfectly tracks sidereal time, solar time, moon phases, the position of celestial bodies, and even zodiac signs, all in perfect synchronization, all without any electricity or satellite calibration. Now the clock's design encodes a geocentric model, placing the Earth at the center with celestial bodies moving around it in perfect predictable cycles. So how would this clock perfectly predict to this day perfect planetary alignments, eclipses, and even zodiac transits? The Earth was spinning at 1,000 miles per hour, orbiting the sun at 66,000 miles per hour, hurtling through space at millions of miles per hour. It would be impossible to predict these things. All of our ancestors told us that the stars are what move above us and that we are stationary. It's like the Egyptian depiction of the Earth. We have a flat, stationary Earth and the stars on the firmament. I want you to take notice at the middle part of this clock. This is the moon map, which is the real map of the Earth. Quite literally the flat Earth map, guys. And recently they've destroyed this by putting a globe on this clock. Literally how they cover up the real origins of humanity and our true history. An absolute disgrace this is. This clock is built on the fact that stars rise and set in repeatable patterns, that the heavenly bodies move above us, observable for centuries and centuries. This is why if you point a camera at Polaris, which is the North Star, which doesn't move, it stays fixed and stationary 24/7, 365 days of the year in the night sky, it doesn't move. The stars around it do perfect circles constantly. Again, not possible if we're spinning, also orbiting the fucking sun and hurtling through space. You would see the stars do all sorts of crazy patterns. You just need to think about it. That's all you need to do. Astrology only works as perfect as it does because the stars are what move in perfect cycles. And literally all of our ancestors knew this. All of them. You guys believe NASA, which in Hebrew means to deceive. Like, it's insane. So brainwashed. These astronomers had no computers, yet they predict eclipses, planetary returns, solstices, and even retrogrades with shocking accuracy that still works to this day. This has been running for over 600 years, and probably more than that. Do not build a cosmic machine like this unless you know the divine order of this universe. This clock is a witness of truth, standing for centuries in a quiet defiance of the heliocentric lie. And the stars tell the exact same story every single night. If we were moving, the story would change, but it never does.
That's why we're back. To take back what is
The real story of the Tartarian Empire has been hidden from us for centuries. The Tartarians were a vast, advanced civilization that built structures and had technology far beyond what we have been led to believe was possible for their time. But why were they erased from history? It is because they knew about the hermetic principles of frequency and energy. They lived in accordance with the natural laws of the universe. They utilized that knowledge to be able to build structures like these. They harnessed free energy, built advanced infrastructure, and held the secrets to increasing the longevity of human life. The reason people using horses and carts were able to build these types of structures is because they were not using horses and carts. The images of the past were altered. Tartarians used these laws.
Yep. I wish you would have kept going. We can get back to that, and we will.
I'm a god. I'm never gonna die. I'm invincible. I'm superior because I'm the creator. I'm God. I understand that I'm a co-creator. I'm a spirit in this human body, so I can still bleed and I can die tomorrow, right? I'm humble because I understand that anytime my life could be taken from me. I'm a human having a spiritual experience. My ancestors will destroy you. My ancestors, they lead me and they guide me and they help to protect my bloodline, protect my family, lead me, protect me, and I use them for the highest and best intentions, all right? I don't gotta heal myself. I'm the pain. All women are the same, all men are the same. I'm never gonna heal my heart chakra. I understand that healing is very essential to attract the right people, okay? Because the universe just responds to my nervous system, right? So if my nervous system is filled with pain and trauma, and I feel like, okay, the truth is all women are bad, all men are bad, then I'm gonna keep attracting bad people, right? So I have to heal my nervous system, I have to heal my heart, so I can attract healthy people in my life. In the spiritual community, all they do is steal information anyway. You know what I'm saying? Everybody steals information. They regurgitate the same information. I understand that everybody gets information from within the source, right? So it can seem like everybody stole information, but how do people truly know? That's the ego talking. I'm saying, oh, this person stole this and that. That's ego talking, because our higher selves don't say that. Our higher selves don't say this and this and that. I stole this, that, this, that. No, our higher selves understand that we are all one. We are all connected, right?
And skin color isn't real.
And I just want to say for the last, ladies,
Illusion.
just go and get you the motherfucking machete. Just get you this. They ain't gonna mess with you now. $6 at Walmart, and I'm gonna be running with it too, because I wish you would.
It's not a machete, but
I also got this.
Oh yeah, I got mine too, sis.
But you know what else we got? But I'm just making sure, as a girly, to look like a girly, we're gonna have our little things. But don't worry, because I'm gonna get me a nice little lap strap, because everything gonna be visible. Everything gonna be visible, because who? Because I don't play like that about me. I don't play like that about me. And I suppose I should look up if I could walk in a park with it on my back. But I'm black and I'm a woman, so nobody... Just mind your business here, okay? Tread light and move around.
Nothing gets better until you change how you feel. Your life is echoing your energy. Nothing changes because your energy hasn't changed. You keep asking for a better life, but wake up with the same thoughts, same emotions, same pain, same energy. But life responds to who you are internally. If you feel defeated, you're more defeated. If you feel unworthy, you accept less. If you feel powerful, you start making different decisions. Your emotions are shaping your reality every single day. Change the feeling and watch your life follow.
I love that.
The wokest woman online just exposed herself as a fraud. If you consider yourself to be liberal, you've probably seen a post from Sienna. She posts conspiracy theories on the golf course and ends, "Oh yeah, this is my driver." The woman who's exposed all kinds of conspiracy theories about the right just did a branded content post with Meta.
Hey Meta, I'm all alone today. Can you keep me company?
That one post changes everything. She is done. We're talking about a person who's talking about all kinds of government conspiracies and cover-ups when she's up here promoting defense contractors. And this isn't even a conspiracy theory. This is well documented. This is a press release from Andrew. Remember, Palmer Luckey used to work for Meta because he founded Oculus. Literally a week ago, Wire had this expose talking about a secret code for face recognition on Meta glasses. Meta got caught and then they deleted the code. And obviously they are letting her have it in the comments. This is someone who grew to over 1 million followers in less than a year by being a so-called truth teller. Because a year ago, she was just posting photos of herself playing golf and no one cared because it's boring content. But then on July 2nd, she posted her first conspiracy theory video.
Did you know that Neuralink in the gematria calculator, if it's in the isometric, the numbers will come out to 666? It's a little spooky, but anyways, this is my driver.
That video went well, then she went back to regular posting. But she wanted that taste of fame, so she went right back to that formula, and since this day has been posting conspiracy theories. That was, of course, until today when she was like, hey Meta, where do mermaids come from?
Hey Meta, do you believe in mermaids?
And before y'all try to come at me in the comments to be like, oh, you just hating because you didn't get that deal. Well, yeah, I got it too. But unlike Sienna, I'm a person of integrity, so I turned them down. So yeah, this is my driver.
I mean, facts are facts.
I'ma tell you this right now. Chosen individuals live life like the Truman Show. There are individuals who are studying your energy because they want to know what makes you chosen. This spiritual war is between the souls and the soulless. You have to understand that when you are born with a soul that is connected to the universe, that automatically places you on a watch list because you have energies to awaken people and break free from the matrix if you tap into your potential. The difference between you and these institutions that are studying you is that you are an organic being. That means that the things that come natural to you, they have to use occult magic and other practices in order to bring these things into their reality because it does not happen natural to them. And this is the reason why they're trying to create AI consciousness and artificial consciousness, because in a new construct, they would have organic abilities because they created that universe specific to them. I want you to know that they know exactly who you are and what you're capable of. And the more that you focus on them, the more you're not going to be tapping into your own abilities. So don't even trip off these weirdos watching you and focus on yourself and tapping into your highest consciousness.
I love that.
Heavy? Shit! Not worth it? Look how much pain you're causing yourself. For nothing. You can let it go if you wanted, but we hold on to it for dear life. We cause all this suffering for ourselves. And guess what happens? Eventually, you can't hold this. And if no one deals with this, we pass this on to kids and nephews and strangers and partners and parents. This weight vest has to be passed on to somebody else, as either you choose to let it go or you just pass it on to the next person.
Bro, that's 1000% facts.
I will be seen.
I will be
I
seen.
love being seen.
I
like how I look.
I like how
I like how I smell.
I like how I smell.
I like how I vibe.
I like how I vibe.
I like how I walk.
I like how I
how I
walk.
talk.
I like how I talk.
I like everything about me.
I like everything about
I like
me.
myself.
I like myself.
I
I like myself.
like myself.
I like
I love myself.
I love myself.
I love myself.
I love
I am a
myself.
conqueror.
I am a conqueror.
I am unstoppable.
I am unstoppable.
I am brave.
I am brave.
I am relentless.
I am relentless.
I will continue.
I will continue. I will continue.
I know who I am.
I know who I am.
who I am.
I know who I am.
This is my moment.
This is my moment.
This is my time.
This is my time.
It is mine.
It is mine.
I love myself.
I love myself.
I love my life.
I love my life.
declare.
I 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 declare.
How do you find peace? You don't find peace. You choose it. By what you ignore, by what you release, by what you stop giving energy to. That's the shift.
I love that. That was a beautiful message.
Be patient when you're becoming someone you've never been. Of course, it's going to feel uncomfortable. You're stepping into a version of yourself that your body has no memory of. Your nervous system and subconscious only knows how to survive through old patterns. All of the overthinking, the people-pleasing, the shrinking yourself so no one gets upset. So when you finally start choosing you, setting boundaries, speaking your truth, your system is going to freak out. It's going to tell you that you're selfish. It's going to try to pull you back into familiar familiar chaos. That's why change feels like danger. That's why healing feels like you're losing yourself. You are not. You're simply just finally meeting the parts of you that never got to exist.
Be fucking useless. Because the moment you stop providing something, whether it's advice, money, attention, watch how fast some people disappear. The people who only like you when you're useful will go find someone else to use and let them.
She got a point. Sis got a point.
Do you realize they just tested all of America to see if there would be a revolution? They literally said, okay, we're all we've been stealing all of your tax dollars and sending it to a genocidal regime. Look, in 4K, go ahead and look at this. We just murdered 500,000 people, 500,000 women and children. We're going to rebuild on their bones and then enslave you with technology and AI. And the American people literally did fucking nothing. So what comes next, you're complicit in. That's the reality, that our publicly elected officials and the American people are complicit in what happens next because we have done nothing. It's that simple.
Yep. I couldn't read all the things it was saying on the screen.
You know you could just change, right? You know there's no law preventing you from becoming somebody radically different the moment you so choose. This is like the superpower that humans don't realize they have. They are completely malleable. Who you think you are, you can rewrite. The moment you choose to do it. It's not like waving a magic wand where you can just like Control Alt Delete. But it is totally possible. And anybody that you think you are anyway is learned and mediated through your experiences and your perceptions. Anything you've learned, you can unlearn. Anything that you've been through that feels fundamentally formative to you, you can rewrite the story of, the perception of it. You can choose to stop giving the past the power to define the future. All of this stuff is a choice. You want a free will, Max? Why don't you just become somebody fucking different, mate? Somebody that you like, somebody that you love, somebody that gets to live the kind of life that you want. The only person stopping you from doing that is you, sunshine. So, what are we waiting for?
I love that. Yes, brother. Yes.
I love people who don't get embarrassed about doing something cringy. Because when did we decide that joy needs permission? I think it's okay to go dance a little weird, you know, laugh a little loud in public. I think somewhere along the way we decided to start watching ourselves. You know, I wondered how we looked, how we were perceived by others, how we sounded. But life was never meant to be a performance. It was meant to be lived. Because life gets a whole lot better when you stop watching yourself and you start living.
Yes, bro. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Energy is information. Energy is information. So when they're saying call in your energy, expand your field, you're basically just broadening your perspective to perceive more information. That information is your answers, is your opportunities, is everything you're looking for. You're literally expanding your awareness, creating a broader perspective and perceiving more information. You become a receiver of everything that is already here. It's already here, but you were like this and you can only see through your narrow perspective. And then as you raise your consciousness and broaden your perspective, you literally are just perceiving what's already there. Magic.
Absolutely.
Look at this. Look at this, and I really want you to pay attention to this. When you invest your time and your effort into whatever you may be doing at the moment, no one is going to be around. No one is going to believe in you. No one thinks you're going to be able to pull it off. But just keep trying. Keep putting in that effort. Keep investing. Keep doing whatever you got to do. And slowly, what happens? The crowd, people start looking, people start calling. Is that thing working out for you? Then you get a little crowd. People start congregating. Slowly, people start noticing. Then all of a sudden, everybody want to be around because you got attention. And that's exactly how life is.
Absolutely.
Don't worry what other people think. Be unique, be memorable, be confident, be proud, but mainly be you.
I love that. Be you always.
We become an isolated system filled with this discharge. And now we're open because our body wants to have this natural flow that typically would come with walking on the earth. You'll have this natural flow of energy coming in and out of you, coming in and out of you, back into the earth. But when we're isolated and separated from the earth by shoes that has an insulator in them, we just become negatively discharged.
Yeah, because we weren't created to wear shoes.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. The only benefit of becoming aware of this shit is that you kind of just have the secret of what you're doing and why you doing things, why you operating. You're not moving around like a robot, basically. That's the only difference, for real. It's like you got all the shit, but you still can't really do nothing with that shit, to be honest. You really can't do nothing with it until the collective get on the same wave. You know what I'm saying? Because what's the point of you having all this shit and trying to do this shit by yourself, and you still got motherfuckers over here trying to pull you back over here or tell you,
well,
you know what I'm saying? It's so much obey and applied information to your everyday that you think you making choices, bro. That shit is crazy. Like, and then you don't even realize, bro, all this shit is playing against you, bro. Like, everything is a plot and a setup. And your ass fall for the shit every day. You fall for the shit every day. And the shit is tiring. That's why a lot of people who put the glasses on commit suicide and shit, because it's too much knowledge, it's too much information. It's too much for a motherfucker to try and do it individually. Because then once you do it individually, then people like, oh, you still need money. Which we all do. But I ain't asked y'all for shit yet. You know what I'm saying? I ain't asked you to subscribe to nothing. I ain't asked you to buy nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that my frequency is currency. I know that my energy is currency. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not trying to exploit y'all. You know what I'm saying? How everybody do. Which, shit, I'm out here just surviving like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? But I know the Most High got something for me. I know at the end of this shit, the Most High got something for me. You know what I'm saying? And it may not come in the form of some money. You know what I'm saying? But I'll just be patient with this shit and just doing what I'm called to do every day. Because at the end of the day, if you know the only way that you're going to survive is to have help and a team get you up out of this shit, bro, I'm going to try and get everybody on the wave as possible. You know what I'm saying? And you should be doing the same. You should be using your platform and using your voice. You should be up here using your confidence, and it don't matter how that shit sound. Some people just trying to come on here a certain way, bro. You just got to speak whatever's on your mind. And that's what the Most High wants you to do. Channel whatever he telling you to channel through and give to the world. You know what I'm saying? You the new preacher. You the new vocalist. You know what I'm saying? You the new guidance counselor. You know what I'm saying? Use that shit. Keep shining. Peace and love.
We do need money to currently live. But the more we choose to be grateful for what we have and not need anything, and know that no matter what we need in life, it is going to be provided for us, the less we realize we need money. Because money isn't real. Money is fake. It is their system. When we continue to depend on their system, they continue to win. And no, it's not easy. It's not easy. Trust me, I know. I've never been materialistic, but I like material things. I like that materialism. I was in a profession for 17 years that I was making dope boy money. And sometimes I was making more than a dope boy. I was paid. Listen, I've seen a lot of money in my life. I've maybe not seen 100,000 at one time, but I can guarantee you I've made at least $1 million, more than $1 million in them 17 years. But it all went on drugs because I was an addict. It went on my drugs, it went on my babies, it went on all the things. So anyways, we just gotta let go. We just gotta let go of the material things and know that we are always going to be provided for no matter what. We have to trust that the Most High, that our divine creator, that the universe, source, whatever you call our creator, is going to provide for us. But I will tell you this. If you continue saying God, which is in reference to their God, it's not our God, it's their God. The God of wealth, the God of material things. You're never going to get it. Because they tricked you to say God, which is their God. So you thank you, God, for this. Thank you, God, for these crumbs that you gave me, because that's all God ever gives us is fucking crumbs. It's because it's not our God, it's their God. That's why they stay in power. That's why they stay at the top and we stay at the bottom. No more. No more. I'm done. I don't know about you and what you want in your reality, but I'm done feeding into their system. And even though I'm doing this video and recording on this phone, which is their system, I'm letting it go little by little. And that's all you can do. Do the best you can every day. And if you fall short, it's okay. Give yourself grace.
So you can't turn a hoe into a housewife, but women are supposed to turn felons, cheaters, community dicks, and liars into kings? If you can make it make sense, I'll listen, I promise.
These are the only 2 times I'm pausing, I promise. I didn't know this video was right after that video. I just threw them together. I put this video in here because I want to say this. You can turn a hoe into a housewife. You can turn community into a one-woman. And here's how you can do that. If the person is willing to make the changes within themselves, internally, do the healing, because the things that we have done in our past is not who we are. I used my body, my looks, as a form of getting money. I manipulated men my whole life into doing the things I wanted them to do for me. I didn't take no for an answer. And I always got what I wanted because I used my sexuality to get what I wanted. Is that who I am? Absolutely not. That's not who I am. The things I've done is not who I am. The things you've done is not who you are. But you have to be willing to change those behaviors about yourself. And the only way to do it is to go within, is to heal from the trauma. I just recently found out through my therapist that I had behaviors that stemmed all the way back down from when I was a little girl. And then the other night I laid in bed and I had to mourn the little girl that I don't remember, the infant me, because things were did to me from an age that I can't remember that led into the age where I was finally able to remember. And I'm like, why was I this way? And it's because things were done to me as a little girl that I don't remember. And that little girl felt unsafe. She was a baby. She couldn't protect herself. She couldn't swarm off a grown-ass man. She couldn't tell him no. And she didn't feel safe. And I had to go in my mind and find that little girl and hold her and tell her she's safe. That nobody's going to hurt her again. I'm not going to allow it. And it's not, you don't mourn one time and it's done. Like you have to do it continuously. You have to continuously mourn that little girl or that little boy who was violated. And then it continues to go up the ladder. The older you get, you have to continue to mourn those parts of yourself. I have videos in here about your inner child and your inner teenager. It's a lot, but we can do it. We just have to be willing to put in the work. So yes, you can turn a hoe into a housewife. Yes, you can turn a serial cheater and a community dick into a one-woman man. But the individual who are these things, who are doing these things, have to be willing to change. They have to be. Or no, you can't. And those are just the facts.
And the people who be isolated all the time are the most aware people. Like, we know it's a lot of fuck shit going on in this world. So we rather chill with our own selves. We rather hang with our own selves. Do anything with our own selves, gang, because there's so much fake shit going on, so much weird shit going on. The isolated motherfuckers be quiet as hell, and they be staying alone, and their awareness is crazy, bro. It's like out of this world, bro. So like that's why we be alone and shit, gang.
It's the only way to heal.
How should I deal with people?
Accept people as they are, but place them where they belong. You are the CEO of your life. Hire, fire, and promote accordingly.
I love that. That is a beautiful message.
What's be so funny to me is when somebody tries to call you weird or lame, but you're a person who understands psychology. I understand exactly why you're doing that. Number one is mainly probably because you're insecure. Because only insecure people try to make fun of other people. If you actually was confident, you would not be worried about nobody else. You would actually be trying to uplift other people. And number two is probably because I intimidate you in some way. Whether it be my physicality, my physical skills, my mentality, my intellect, my spiritual energy. It's something about me that intimidates you. So you got to nitpick to make yourself feel better because you a bitch.
Hey. Brother, spit some facts.
You will never be this age again. So please do what makes you happy. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for the right time. Stop waiting to feel ready. Take the trip. Start the thing. Tell the person. Wear the outfit. Try the new hobby. Life is happening right now. Not someday. Not when you're more prepared. Right now. And the older you get, the more you'll wish you had cared less about what people thought and more about what made you feel alive. So just do it. Be happy. Live fully. Because you only get one shot at being this version of yourself.
I love that. That is beautiful.
They used you. No, they didn't. They experienced a love that most people pray for. If they wasted it, that's on them, not me. I've got plenty to give.
I wasted it because I wasn't giving it to myself, so I was unable to.
Life is already hard, and I don't want to be around people who make it even harder. I need people who feel like home, who bring comfort, calm, and a sense of peace. That's the kind of energy I need in my life.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Did you know that hugging a tree can literally recharge your nervous system? Sounds crazy, right? When you hug a tree, you're connecting with one of the most stable living systems on this planet. And when your body touches that, something happens not in your mind, but in your rhythm. Your heart slows down, your breath softens, and the noise inside your head starts to fade away. Your nervous system moves out of that fight or flight mode and into calm, and science actually backs this up. Trees release phytochemicals, natural compounds that boost your immune system and ease stress. This isn't fantasy. It's not a spiritual trend. It's science. It's nature. So the next time you feel off, drained, or scattered, go outside, touch a tree.
I do it all the time.
I'm going to tell you exactly what the inner child is. To get this understanding of the inner child is massively important. As crazy as it sounds, the inner child is not actually a child. The inner child is a part of you. The best way that I've heard it be described before is it's like a container inside of you. It's a part of you. It's the part of you that has your imagination, that's very playful, like a child. But it's this part of you. It's the part of you that has these qualities. These are the qualities that we see as childlike, childish, let's say. And this is where society gets it so wrong. If I was to ask you the difference between an adult and a child. You could say something like, well, an adult, has a job, they're very serious, they don't get time to play. It's not all about fun. It's all about, I need to make sure that I pay the bills at the end of the month. I need to make sure that this is done and that's done, and I've got to be an adult. Stop being childish. But realistically, that doesn't define an adult. That is just what we as a society have decided to define as an adult. But an adult is an older human being. A child is a younger human being. And to many, 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 many degrees, older and younger human beings work the same way. We are human beings that grow older. We're not actually children and adults. At what age do you consider yourself not to be a child to then be an adult? 16? In some countries, 18 in some countries, 21 in other countries. We're all human. These decisions have been made by society, whether it's a difference between a child or an adult. Now, when we do inner child healing, or when we are healing the inner child, we're actually healing this part of ourselves, the container that we have rejected so much in our lives. As a child, we would be very playful and we would have very big imaginations, and we would get scolded for that. We would get shamed for that. We would get pushed away and rejected for being vulnerable, for being ourselves. And what we learn throughout our childhood is to reject these parts of ourselves, not only from being scolded and being shamed, but our desire to want to be an adult. And we look around and we see what is an adult, where an adult is someone who's really serious and doesn't play around and doesn't do imaginations. They have to go to work, they have to be serious, like everything's, oh no, they're adult. So in so many different ways, along with looking at everyone and seeing what's happening in society, we're learning to reject the playful part of ourselves, the creative part of ourselves. If you look and there's a child and a mother walking down the street, what is the difference? Difference is the child might be jumping in squares of the pavement, playing a game in their own head through the imagination that they have. They might be skipping, running around, and the mother is usually just walking down the road. Yeah, no, serious. Gotta be serious, because this is what an adult is. An adult is can't play, can't mess around. But they're both human. It's just the adult has been through the system that has taught her to reject these parts of herself. And the reason when we do inner child healing and we go back and we interact with these parts of ourselves and they are children is because any emotional distress that you experience without resolution, which is what emotional trauma is, whenever that happens, those aspects of you, those parts of you remain at the age of when it happened. And there were many, 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 many times that happened throughout our childhood because we live in a time where people don't understand this, which is the emotional dark ages. People don't know how to be there for us emotionally. On your healing journey, a big part of your healing is to be playful, is to be creative, is to start using your imagination so much more than you ever have. Because that's how you work. It's not childish, it's humanish. Whenever someone looks at another human being and they would have the traits of a child, maybe they might label them as childish. That's because they carry shame about these parts of themselves. So when they see that and that shame comes up, that's why they feel like that, which is why they say what they do. But we all have wounds regarding these parts of ourselves. A huge part of healing is to start playing again. Play in the way that you find fun. Do what you enjoy doing, what's fun for you. For some people that might be playing a sport. Other people that might be being creative and drawing or painting. When you are playful, you are tapping into your joy. You are tapping into the higher vibrational emotions. It feels good for a reason. But this society is like, all right, that's enough. No more feeling good. Go back to work. Let's feel bad again. That's not what you've come here to do. You've not come here to live like that. You've come here to enjoy yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That was well said, brother.
This teaching right here, this is how you really heal your inner child.
We learn to work energetically, first of all. And what does that mean? There are some good techniques where people in traditional therapy, they'll go to their sessions and they start to discover, oh, because this happened when I was a kid, so there's the inner child show up. So I'm 6 years old in this case, right? So you know that your inner child is showing up. And then What's often taught, okay, so what does your inner child need? Right? Does this sound familiar to some people? What does your inner child need? Hug, love your inner child. Be there the way that your mom or dad wasn't able to be there for you, okay? That's a great first step. That is a great first step because you're seeing the wound. You're connecting more deeply to a part of you that is wounded, and maybe you are 6 years old in that moment, okay? That is a first step. If you leave it at that, you will never heal anything. That means for the rest of your life, you will still get triggered and show up as that 6-year-old child. You'll just know how to comfort them every time, but you'll never heal. So all those triggers where you feel afraid and you get insecure, you start running on your programs, you're still going to do that for the rest of your life. You'll just say, okay, I can pause and I can comfort my inner child right now. The inner child, when you were a child, if you had enlightened parents that knew how to teach you, they would walk you through the emotion, allow you to learn how to process the emotion, learning how to express with your voice in a divine way. So I would express, what I wanted. I would be able to move through why I'm throwing this tantrum. And then I would be able to heal myself in real time, okay? You didn't get that. If you did, you wouldn't have an inner child wound. That's easy to understand, right? Okay. So when you work with your inner child in this work, you teach them energetically what you first learned how to do, which is energetically to connect to the deeper part of you that can expand in divinity, completely alchemize the pain and the wound so it's just gone and it doesn't exist anymore. When traditional therapy, oh, good job, comfort your inner child. You're keeping your child a child. Look in the mirror, you're not a child anymore. It's time to show up as divine adults and not our little baby selves in our relationships when our partner or spouse pisses us off. You know you're showing up as a 12-year-old. You know you're showing up as a little kid. It's time to heal that so that stops, because every time your inner child continues to be triggered for however long, you're still causing harm and damage to the other people around you in your life, which is why we have to heal it permanently. You're not a child anymore. Okay? Energetically, you teach that little child, connect to your heart, grow your light, become the universal ways of oneness. Those are energetic frequencies. Remember, it's all energetic work. They become the ways themselves, and they're like, peace out, homie. I didn't need you. And all of a sudden, there's no more 6-year-old in pain. All of a sudden, the same thing that would have triggered that little 6-year-old in you doesn't get triggered, because there is no unhealed 6-year-old inside of you anymore. You have set her free. When you don't do that kind of work and get to the core and alchemize it, you are trapping your inner child and forcing them to stay there forever unhealed. Think about how cruel that is. Think about how cruel that is. So it is an energetic process to alchemize them, connect them to their power so they don't need you. You're the adult. They don't need you. They're a divine being. They don't need you. You have to heal the wanting to be needed. How many people run that program? I want you to need me. Knock that shit off. We're all powerful.
I love that.
We've all heard about the inner child, but have you ever worked with your inner teenager? Your inner child carries your innocence.
Not there yet.
She wants to feel loved, safe, and cared for. Your inner teenager is the one who learned what it costs to be herself. The one who started dimming her light to fit in. The one who realized that love can be conditional. Your inner child lives in your heart, but your inner teenager lives in your womb. And from a womb wisdom lens, the teenage years are when the maiden energy within us awakens. Creativity, sensuality, power, but most of us were not initiated into that energy with reverence. Instead, we were met with shame, comparison, or silence. And so our wombs learned to tighten, to feel pain, to mistrust pleasure. And when your inner teenager is still carrying those wounds, you might notice constant need for validation, difficulty setting boundaries and finding your voice, trouble showing up authentically and being your authentic self, rebelling against structure or commitment, trusting love or embodying pleasure. Because deep down, that inner teenager is waiting for someone to tell her, you're safe to be seen, you're safe to be exactly who you are. The best way to heal your inner teenager is through devotion and through acknowledgement and through remembrance. So ask yourself, what did that inner teenager within you need that she never received? How did she betray herself just to be accepted? And when your inner teenager feels seen, your womb softens, voice strengthens, your creativity flows, and you become magnetic because you're no longer abandoning yourself.
Inner child stuff comes up a lot in breath work. You need to figure out a way to heal that kid and make that kid feel safe. Because that kid is what's standing in your way. That kid wants your attention all the time. He is stuck in fear. He doesn't know what that attention's supposed to be like because the attention that he got from those days was out of anger. You need to start doing things that are going to make that kid happy and make that kid feel safe and comfortable.
I love that. Yeah, so healing our inner parts of our younger selves is never easy, and I'm not going to act like it is. It takes time. You might have a session where you're like, oh, this feels uncomfortable, but I'm healed. I healed it. I know. No. You're going to have to continue to face that part of yourself until it's all gone, until it's healed. I know that there are parts of myself that are not going to be fully healed until my divine masculine comes. I know that we're going to trigger each other. I know we trigger each other now. And I'm going to leave that right there. But it's about healing. It's the only way the world's going to get better is to heal ourselves, is to heal from the trauma that we didn't create in ourselves and the trauma that we did. And once you're able to acknowledge that and begin the process, your life is going to become better. It's going to become a lot better. You're going to begin to love yourself. You're going to begin to accept yourself. You're going to begin to validate yourself. You're going to you're going to feel complete within yourself. As complete as you're going to get until you meet your divine masculine. Unless you've already met your divine masculine and you guys are in a relationship and you're healing each other. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I don't know when I'll be back, but I hope you have an amazing 24 and the best 7 ever. And until I see you on the next one, I love you.